All right, so in this next step, we'll finish the pencil lines. Start by putting the coupler on the front. And might as well put the front handrail. And the ditch light. We can put this handrail. Right. And then let's see. Put these. While we're putting couplers on, we might as well put the back coupler. I generally, it's always kind of a good way to kind of remember to do things, is if you're putting some kind of part on, obviously when you're drawing the trucks, but if you're doing something like the couplers, it's always good to and then once you get started on handrails, like in this case, even though handrails tend to be one of the last things I do, there are a few other details left, but it doesn't hurt to just go ahead and just start working on the handrails. And then basically this handrail kind of comes down to about right there. Goes right through there. It's going through there and there. There. If you kind of start seeing places where you want to put a handrail, as I said, actually, part of why, if at times you see me skip ahead, it almost kind of gives you a free handrail post. You can kind of see that double space, almost instead of having to count that handrail, you just sort of approximate in the middle of it and put a handrail in the middle. So it actually comes in and makes putting handrails on a little bit and still need to put the fans on the top. This engine has the Q fans, which even the late SD40-2s and late GP38s all have. Basically, you kind of just sort of see that the top half of the fan is kind of has a grill on it compared to just that's just kind of a nice little spotting feature. Whereas on top of the dynamic brake, this fan is just a regular fan. All right, then there's a horn. There we go. There's that horn, and we're just sort of getting to where it's time to start looking, get some of this eraser dust off, and look around, see. It's pretty much, yeah, pencil lines are pretty much done. Erase some of that off. All right. Oh, here, there's a ratchet brake. That's why it's good to kind of look over the locomotive. You can always add that ratchet brake later if you see it, but anytime you see something, it doesn't hurt to put it in. Oh, and then here's one more detail. There we go. It's back. And then the rear hand grab iron. That's why it's always good to, as I say, I draw these a lot faster than I really draw them in the studio. That's why it's good to take as much time as you possibly can to pause and look at the drawing. Okay, in the next step we're going to move on to the lettering.